Andy Reid, I guess, has spoken about the new kickoff fair catch rule. Andy Reid certainly had some thoughts on the new kickoff. My thing is, where does it stop, right? We start taking pieces, and we'll see how this goes. But you don't want to take too many pieces away, or you'll be playing flag football. Andy Reid is a man whose brain is one of the greatest football brains of all time, alongside many others that have the exact same thought. And this was kind of – now, my big takeaway as soon as I heard about it was – that's Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
That's Bush League bullshit. But then you immediately go to, well, what's next? Like, if they're willing to do this, is the punt just going to be snap, punt, fair catch? That's where the ball is. And then once it becomes that, it's very easy to eliminate. Be like, this is terrible.
We're not even doing it.
The kickoff is terrible. Like, this is so boring. It's not even a competitive play. It's like, you're the ones that made the rules to make it not that way. I think that's how we all feel.
Yeah, and we want the game to stay the same. Then they talking about switching the rules like we was talking about the other day to the UXL. XFL. Like, I can't even pronounce it. Better yet, change the fucking rules to the game. Jesus Christ, man. We need the game to stay the same. Returners, we don't need to take the returners out the game.
No, it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
Here's a massive part of the game. I got a message from and I'm just now opening and seeing it, but I did see the first line of it, and I apologize for not going. I never venture into my messages, especially now.
No point.
These last couple of weeks have been a little bit loud, so I do not go in there often because I don't want to know. Like, whatever I'm being asked to do, I don't even want to know that I was potentially thought of for that because I don't want to feel bad about something. So I just keep myself eliminated from it. On Twitter, though, I forget who. I think it was Steve, maybe, I don't know. Somebody I had to reach out to. I go over here. Sam Schwartzstein, who has sent me a lot of messages I have not seen. I apologize, Sam. I want to let you know I'm not in here. I do not see this. I have not seen this. He's one of the rules creators for the XFL. He's former Stanford guy, remember?
Okay.
Remember this dude? He was teammates with Andrew Luck.
Yes.
Then big brain guy, was one of the rules creators for the XFL. His first line was, I would love to come on and discuss the kickoff I created for the XFL. I understand why you may not like it, but I can at least dive deep into the data on why the NFL doesn't like the current kickoff, the high-velocity impact plays kickoffs play create, and then how to think of alternatives. Yeah, you didn't think of the idea, okay, Sam? You're very smart. Every special teams coach in the history of the NFL has had a delayed or a stalled kickoff start line to save people's legs. You took a drill from practice and made it the game thing. Still have respect for you and your brain, but you didn't create this thing out of nowhere. This is just a classic drill, and I understand that some data, we'd like to hear the precursors on the data. We'd like to know, like, when people are running faster than 23 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour over a span of 40 yards, the kickoff is the highest concussion percentage and it gone up or whatever. We'd like to hear what the precursors are, because from watching the game, now granted, the kickoff has become something vastly different because they don't allow run-ups anymore. Everybody is basically in a hands team setup, so it's much different than it was even 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But, like, watching the game, it doesn't feel like every kickoff somebody's getting hurt.
No.
It doesn't seem like it's disproportional to anything else. And it's like when you do these types of things, it's just leading to more things that we don't like. So I have respect for the XFL in the innovation. They created the fucking Skycam way back in the day.
Yep.
They have a great review system that I hope the NFL takes over. There's been a lot of great things that have come through the XFL in some of these leagues. This one, though, shut up. I don't want to hear it. This is not football. And you know what I mean, AJ? I don't want to hear it.
It's not, man. That's why I'm worried, because we'll see how many times like it's even implemented, how many fair catches are called on kickoffs. But the fact that Raj wants it to be like a 1-year tester to see, hey, how do the numbers look after? Of course, you're going to show less concussions because no one's going to return the ball.
Yes.
I need those numbers to tell me that concussions went down.
Exactly.
I need those numbers. We can 4x, 5x those numbers, right?
Make it happen.
Can we live in plus? We
Bingo.
can.
How would they know in the whatever the league called? How would they know? They ain't how many seasons they done had?
XFL?
Yeah.
3.
This is
This will be a third ownership.
Yeah.
3 seasons.
Yep.
Dewey's first.
So how would they have any data that way is way safer than what it used to be?
Good point.
Don't we try these
They
things?
know.
Don't we normally try these things in preseason first?
Dude,
Yeah, before implementing them.
I just, like Sam Schwartzstein, probably a great guy. I mean, I met him one time when I was covering the XFL on the third team on the sideline, which I did not agree to do, and I only did one game, and I would never do another one. And he seemed like a good guy. Yeah,
Right.
He seemed like a good guy.
Absolutely.
But we need less people saying we can change the game to make it a better game. The game is already the best fucking game.
Exactly.
Okay?
It's not,
Preach,
bro.
preach.
The game is the best game.
You're right. Where does it end? Like, do we stop having? Let's say a team gets the ball to the 1 yard line. Are they saying, "Hey, this is too physical of a play"? Guys are ramming their heads into each other. No more goal line play.
Whoa! Don't even say it. No more fullback. No more fullback within 2 yard line.
Your words are spells.
Stop.
Your words are spells. Stop it.
No goal line defense is allowed. Nobody's allowed to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's allowed to jump over the pile. Running back can't jump over the pile anymore. For some
They already
reason.
thought about it with the sneak. They already fucking quit doing it, AJ.
Yeah.
You right?
And Andy Reid knows.
Well, dump that so nobody hears it.
Dump it. Yeah, dump that.
If they get rid of the punt, Chiefs probably, and maybe they do, but Chiefs without Kadarius Toney's punt return.
Sure.
But do they win that game still?
Can't, though. That would change rosters.
lot
If you
of
got,
play.
if you,
They're already.
Yeah,
It's
they're
already
doing
doing
it.
it. It's already doing
you
it,
have
bro.
less players in the team, I feel like.
And then think about there's no way they're going to tell people to return. The plan for teams kickoff will be, hey, we're either taking a touchback or we're fair catching.
Yeah.
That's it. And if they kick it in front of the 25-yard line, somebody catch it, you're fair catching as well. Don't need to even institute returns. No need for it, really.
No more pooch.
Probably work on it
None
less
of
too,
that.
won't you? Don't you think they might not get as much time to work on it too? Because you're like, hey, we're not returning anything, and we're not really covering kicks. Like, we got to be there in case they do, but not many are coming out.
It just takes strategy out of the game. I don't know why you would want to do that. Now, they say they have stats, and I have contested numerous times into this microphone. Stats are an interesting thing. I think as we learn more about stats, the more intrigued we all are about stats because somehow stats are on everybody's team. And then we'll watch something like Succession.
Yep.
And stats and numbers are a massive part of this entire program that people think are kind of based off of real life situations. And you hear people go, give me a number for this. I need a number for this. I need a number for this. And then we watch things on TV. It's like that person clearly said, I need a number to paint this story. And it's like numbers are on everybody's side.
Yes.
Depending on how you dress them up, numbers are on everybody's side. So it's just like, I wish they did just show us all the data so that we could just go, oh, they're right. I guess this is a real problem. I guess it's a real problem. But what I'm thinking is that's not the case. I think we're going to see it and be like, oh, isn't that interesting? Let's listen to our thoughts on this entire stat that we have in there. And that's a never-ending circle, and where will we stop if we're worrying about lawsuits and fake numbers?
Yeah, exactly. And I could be wrong, but don't you think that if they showed these stats to special teams coaches and stuff like that, and if those guys do care about the players, and it was like overwhelmingly like, hey, if guys are returning on special teams, like there's a 40% chance they're gonna get a concussion. Like you would think that maybe a couple of those guys would be like, okay, we'll consider it, but they didn't have any of that, which is why Goodell had to go back and be like, nope, we're voting again, and you guys don't want to get sued, so we're doing this.
It's interesting. It's an interesting thing right now. It doesn't make sense for the current time in which the NFL is in, too. NFL is kind of babyface right now.
Yeah. Everyone loves it.
NFL is kind of babyface, and like to do this, it's like you're kind of taking a step back into like with the fuck weeds.
Yeah.
He probably thinks so. You think Raj thinks that the general casual fans won't really notice, won't really care?
Yeah, and this once again, it's not going to affect that much, but when it does,
it is.
Well, strategy, it completely changes complete strategy and emphasis and everything like that. But kickers are just going to kick touchbacks. They're all going to wait for touchbacks or fair catches, and that's the game. So I guess it does affect everything. Yeah. But if the ball is 1 yard in the end zone, that's a knee guaranteed.
Well, and don't you think that there will be special teams coaches?
Unless you the Bills, you got the best return in the league. I'm quite sure he's bringing it out regardless.
McDermott?
Packers will bring it out too now.
Yeah.
For how long?
Well, that's what I was.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to
So
say.
it doesn't work.
If the guy does it one time and they're telling him like, hey, you should fair catch, and he gets tackled at like the 6 yard line, they're going to cut his ass right away.
Yeah.
Do you expect
fumbles?
squib
What if
kicks?
he fumble?
Do you expect squib kicks, things that'll force returns? McKay, who's the head of the competition committee, was asked. No, I don't. It doesn't mean they won't do it, but we went back and looked at college. Okay, I'm so sick of this, bro. Come on, dude.
It's not the same sport.
Just
a different league.
Two different levels.
Different
bro.
everything.
The kickers in college versus the kickers in the NFL.
Way different.
Everything, like it's just.
AJ, we was talking about when
I don't even want to read.
We get the concussion thing on Monday, and we go in and say, oh, we had a concussion. Well, what play did we have the concussion on? Was it on offense, defense, special team? Like, that's what we was talking about with the numbers. Like, a lot of that is just to cover up the NFL. But I come in on Monday, be like, hey, I've been dizzy the whole weekend. Hey, you remember what play happened? No, I finished the game. Don't remember the play. But
we think it's
it happened on special teams.
Yeah, probably
on the
there.
kickoff return.
Yeah, and I understand that it's a high collision thing, but it's football too.
Yeah.
And I think we're at a stage now, and who knows what the future will indicate. And Roger Goodell has to look out for future lawsuits, I guess, especially after the one happened after Will Smith was the doctor,
Right.
Yeah.
where former players. I think they each got like $45 in the end, but it was like a $5 billion, multiple billion-dollar lawsuit that ended up getting settled for a couple $100 million, and then that money was dispersed over a large amount of people. And just like the Ed O'Bannon one, where I got a check for like I think $527 or something. I'm like, thank you, thank you for doing that.
That's awesome.
It was an honor to be in the game, but now that I'm making real money, thank you for that $500 and that whole thing. I think we're at a different stage where it's much more like, yeah, we signed up for this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of the game.
Doesn't it feel like that?
And we know, and that people understand that don't play football. Like they get that the NFL is doing a lot to take all these violent collisions out. They understand we're trying to protect players. Like just go watch clips from 10 or 12 years ago, and you're like, oh my goodness, like you can't do any of this now.
Yeah.
Like everything, just horse collar and submarine into piles, all that stuff that used to be football isn't anymore, and it's probably a good thing it's out.
Let's go to the phones. Happy Andy Reid's on our side, though. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Big get.
Big Andy.
Definitely other head coaches that are as well.
I had a couple people tweet basically that they know better than us.
Of course.
I love that.
What do you mean?
Just
Concussions and stuff, and like
no kickoff plays in general. Like they had brand new schemes and ideas that people were going to do, and it's like, okay.
What are you going to do?
Who are you talking to? Do you know who you're fucking talking to right now? What are you? I understand that the internet you can pop off about anything, but humans with actual avatars, actual names, not being a burner, a troll, real human out there, just laying out where I don't understand, like kickoff and what could happen, everything like that. I was just so dumbfounded. I'm like, this is the internet. This is what we've.
Yeah.
This is what we've allowed to happen.
Yeah.
We can change that.
Yes, we can.
No, I don't think so. Stupid's always gonna.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at us. But also,
hey man,
do you think
very, very dumb?
Do you
not
think,
in this particular field though? Feel pretty good. This kind of in our wheelhouse.
True. Yeah.
Like actually in our wheelhouse.
Well, this side of the table, no, but you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm more.